This is the FE2 It is a Tier 10 British tech tree heavy. It's a vehicle that the majority of Blitz players will call bad, even though it's a fantastic tank. But the 1 to 2% of the player base that understands how to fully maximize this tank's potential realizes just how insanely deadly of a vehicle it is. In today's video, we'll be playing two battles in the FE2 and 5B and showcasing why it is such a fantastic heavy tank. We're going to be going over its statistics. I'm not going to break too much into its armor. It's pretty simple. Turret good, hull bad. Its hull is terrible. Even if you're using the 7 degrees of gun depression the vehicle has, the entire upper plate is still easily overmatched by premium shells. The side armor is dookie. You have to be basically at a 90-degree side scrape to get bounces, and even then you can still get overmatched. It's just not a good armor profile. It is just the turret that is actually really solid. But to make up for all these lackluster factors, you have one of the best guns in Tier 10. 3,000 damage per minute, even with calibrated shells activated. You have 190 millimeters of HESH penetration, which can deal 515 damage. Unlike some of the HESH rounds that have 120 pen per shot, this will be used in gameplay. I would say on average you're going to pen 2 to 3 HESH shells a battle if you're a fairly skilled player. It also has really good premium pen, 342 APCR, and even pretty solid standard. So overall the gun is fantastic. It's got insanely good dispersion, great aiming time, and its gun depression's enough to get the job done. Mobility wise, the tank is actually quite good, reaching a top speed of 40, and while traverse is pretty bad, I do run super speed boost, which allows me to go actually 22 in reverse and reach a top speed of 45, allowing the vehicle to just be that little bit more deadly. The 2 and 5B is really an incredible tank, and while it does trade armor to deal a massive amount of damage, if you play it properly, it can truly be a scary tank to fight. See, I guarantee if you will go into the comment section after we are done recording this video, you will see people that are still complaining that the 2 and 5B is not a good vehicle. And at the end of the day, it really is just a skill issue. I don't mean to pull out that card, but it really is. I mean, this is an absolutely incredible tank, and if you can't get the vehicle to work, maybe, just maybe, it might cross your mind that it's not the tank's fault. Sometimes it's the driver's fault, which is what I always tell people. So we are going to make our way towards mid. I don't really like Castilla. I literally made a video on the T30 just a couple days ago complaining about the same issue, and it's the fact that you feel quite useless in a heavy on Castilla. But we will see just how useless we are. We're going to start off by trying to spot anybody making their crossing over towards base C. We got the T22 medium off to the side. I wish our IS-4 would just play a little bit more aggressive and detect something, but as of right now, it doesn't look like he's going to do that. I'm going to back off really quick. We're going to see. Well, we actually got a yo all the way off. And there you go, easy shot right into the hatch of his vehicle. I will admit that was a pretty lucky shot because I didn't think that was going to hit, but I will take every shot I can get. You miss every chance, you don't fire. Alright, well, we know where their yo is, and we actually see the T22 medium right in front of us. We are not able to HESH pen the T22, but that's fine. We're going to get a nice 380 damage shell right into his vehicle. Then we're going to jump on down into the water, and let's see if we can stay in a side scraping position. Actually, we don't need to. Get another nice shot into the T22, and he back on up. M48 Patton's going to rush the T22, which is a bit of an interesting decision, not going to lie, but I was going to kill him either way, so I'm not going to complain. There you go. 1,400 damage already picked up, and we were able to use the good damage per minute and accuracy of this vehicle to pick up some kills, or not some kills, a kill. Now we're going to use our super speed boost to climb up this hill. It's going to give us a much better power to weight, which is obviously going to be greatly appreciated here. So we're going to use that power to weight to make our way right through mid, see if we can get some damage out. We got the super conk off to the side. We're going to keep on going all the way wide over here, see if we can cram a shell into the side of the super conqueror. There we go. Nice 420 damage shot. We're going to chill right here. We got to wait a couple more seconds. IS-4 shoots the skunk. He's going to look towards the IS-4, and that allows us to finish him off. You'll notice I'm never going to play this tank super aggressive, because it's not an aggressive vehicle. It is a midline support tank, and that is really the best way to describe its playstyle. You never want to be the center of attention when driving this tank. You always want to be mid, helping out your teammates, giving some shots, getting some damage out, but you never want to be the exact front line. So we can see that my team is not doing all amazing here. My E100 got bonked, but this should be a fairly easy victory to say none the least. We got the 60 TP who's going to poke us. He misses, and unfortunately we do bounce him, but I'm not too worried. The 4005 is also going to poke, and if this 183, yeah, he's obviously going to shoot at the 4005. We get a hash into his lower plate, and at this point, it's obviously a win and a half. We're going to aim in on the back of the 268. Nice 532 damage shot into his vehicle. And yeah, this is a pretty easy win, let's be real. Let's see if we can just get... Bruh, my teammate blocks me. I don't know if he was trying to block me on purpose, but he is an actually okay player, so it wouldn't surprise me. Either way, we did 3,300 damage, which is pretty solid, and that was a pretty good example of how you want to play a 2 and 5B. You never want to be the front attention. You are a heavy, yes, but you are not a front line heavy. You are a midline support tank. That is the best way to describe it. So we did pretty good that game, top on the team, which isn't too bad at all. Alright, well, let's move on to another game, see if we can do just as well. Alrighty, let's try one more battle in the 2 and 5B and see how we can do. I am going to help out my mediums. We have a lot of them, so I'm definitely going to ping for our team to go over towards medium side. We're going to activate my super speed boost, and that is exactly where we're going to head. Now, you'll notice the 2 and 5B is very fast with its super speed boost activated. Look at that. We are going 45 kilometers per hour. That is actually kind of insane. Now, I'm hoping that our leopard... Okay, good. The leopard does appear to be going this way. Camping, but you know what? If the leopard doesn't kill himself, I'm not going to be too salty, as long as he supports us. So we are up against a Bat Chat, Chieftain Mark 6, Progetto. I mean, they got a lot of mobility. I would definitely expect to see their team go over here. The weird maneuver from that player. All right, well, you know what? The CS-59 made a weird move, but it distracted the STB, and we were able to bring him down to a one-shot. The bad news is that our CS-59 is now getting absolutely ripped. By the way, what you just saw was a Hesh penetration into the enemy Yo. Kind of insane that we're actually able to do that. We're going to try again. Ah, unfortunate. Shell went just a tad bit off from where we wanted it to. We got the Yo still showing me his side, though. So we were able to get a 644. Holy... Great example of the damage output that this vehicle has. You really can't counter that. I mean, that is a whopping chunk of damage. We got the Chieftain, not able to hesh him, and wow, was that a bad roll. We got a 644, and then that turned into a frickin' nothing. But let's aim it on the Yo, see if we can get a hesh into him. Aiming, there you go. Nice 522, bringing that player down to a very, very low chunk of HP. Got the Chieftain over here. We're going to aim it on his hatch, and that shell went way, way too high. But the 92E1 is going to poke him, so we're just going to put on our reverse. Let's see, 92E1, please pen him. Or is he going to go for the Yo? Okay, he goes for the Yo. I need to help out the 92 right now, so we're going to push up as fast as possible. We're going to get behind this Chieftain. There you go. Nice 580 damage hesh into his tank. And this player is making the wrong maneuver right now. He is chasing a T92 when he should be trying to deal with the 2 and 5B who just took 760 off of him. This is, again, great example of the capabilities the FE2 and 5B has. How are you supposed to counter that? I mean, not only can we hesh pen the entire side and lower plate of the Chieftain Mark 6, but we can also obliterate any medium with our Hesh. That was just insane. 4,150 damage. We easily picked up those kills, and I'm glad our team helped us. I mean, and I'm not going to lie, our Progetto made some goofy moves there. He should have waited for me to help him, and our CS also made some really, really goofy moves as a 40%er, but he stuck with the team, and even though he kind of killed himself, he made a big enough distraction that I farmed off of it, so I'm not going to get too mad. Either way, here we go on Normandy. Now, because this vehicle has a solid turret and enough gun depression to work most ridge lines, you're actually pretty solid in any type of map you go on. Sorry, I don't know if you guys saw that, but there was a bug that flew right in front of my face. Alright, so we are going to see where our team goes to begin with. I personally really like going to B Hill. But, as we can see, nobody on our team wants to do that. So, instead we are going to activate our speed boost, and we're going to head over towards base D and C, because that's where our team's heading. Now, you'll notice how fast the 2 and 5B is with super speed boost activated. I mean, this is like super speed. I'm still very surprised Wargaming ended up buffing the mobility of this tank, because it it's always been fairly good on power to weight. It's always been mediocre in the other aspects. So we got the T-22, we got the Type 71, we got, okay, quite a bit. We don't know where the 268 is, which is definitely a threat, and we are just going to cap the base right now to make sure that we obviously don't have any problems with base cap. So Type 71 looks very close to poking his turret, also appears to be running gun depression if I'm not mistaken. There's a tank at base A, very interesting. Okay, well that's a 92E1. Let's see if I can, I don't really know, honestly. Oh, we got the 268 in mid. Alright, well, let's see if we can get some damage into these guys at mid. I feel like that's pretty easy to do, especially with the 268 right here. Let's get into a side scrape. Do have the AMX off to our side, but it's not going to stop me from getting a pen into the 268. Let's back on up. Let's see. I'm just going to chill right here, and not able to pen the 268 at that angle, but that's fine. We're just going to reload, and let's just hope the AMX doesn't clip me. Nope, we're all good. That's why I'm not rushing the 268 right now, is because they do have an AMX 5120. While that may be a tier 9, it is still an incredibly dangerous vehicle. So we are now going to send the AMX. Not sure how this is going to help us, but the 268 appears to not be very focused on us right now. And if it stays that way, we should be A-okay. We're going to aim it on the AMX. 450 damage shot into his vehicle, and he is now on a full reload. This is obviously where the very high DPM of this tank, especially with Hesh, is going to rip into this tier 9. Again, notice I'm not putting myself in the front line. I am fighting lesser important vehicles. We get a nice shell into the AMX, bringing him down to 300 HP, and at this point, this player is completely screwed. We're going to get a finishing shell, and just like that, easy dubs. So, as we can see, the FE2-5B is a fantastic tank. The damage per minute of the 2-5B is absolutely incredible. And when you pair that with the fact that the vehicle has high alpha, especially with the HE, and the fact that it has a lot of HP at 2,600, you just easily get the job done. Now, I don't think we're going to get any more damage out this battle, but I can't really complain. We did just shy of 3,000, which is more than enough to get the job done. Our Kampfpanzer 50-ton is going to shoot the T-22 medium, and just like that, it's going to be 2 easy dubs in a row. So, yeah, pretty good games overall. I think we did 2,800. I'm pretty sure we did. We shot the AMX from full health, and then we got 2 shells into the 268. That was my whole battle. But I'm not going to complain. It was free damage, yeah. 2,839. Not too bad at all. The 2-5B is a fantastic vehicle. It's not an opinion, it's a fact. You ask any player that actually plays this tank well, and they will agree that this is one of the best tier 10s. If you ask players that aren't very good at the game, they're going to say it's a bad tank. It's not, though. You need to learn how to play it properly, then you'll understand its playstyle. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.